and technological, we are at the pinnacle of history. But in other ways, we are certainly not. We could only arrive at this sobering judgment, however, by reflecting on history. We are also equally humbled when history holds up a mirror to what is ugly in our shared humanity. When we learn about the shameful deeds of the past, we should not wonder, how could they have done such a thing? But rather realise, I wonder what my blind spots are. And what will future generations say about us? Historically minded people are haunted by these thoughts. They find themselves less interested in judging their ancestors and are acutely aware that their era may one day be spoken of in the way popular culture regards inquisitors and slaveholders. Furthermore, studying history can cultivate sympathy towards diversity, enabling us to see things from the perspective of people whose thoughts and lifestyles greatly differ from our own. This is a point Sarah clearly makes throughout her book, especially in Chapter 5. Reading deeply about, say, the 6th century Byzantine Empire or the 9th century Saxons is a bit like spending a month in Rangoon or Turkestan. At first, we may marvel how strange they are. Nevertheless, with time we may come to appreciate the wisdom of their idiosyncrasies and, therefore, the contingency of some of our own distinctives. There is nothing like spending time with people who are unlike us. To walk a mile in his moccasins, as Mary T. Lathrap put it in her 1895 poem, Judge Softly, to develop empathy, even affinity, toward the other. Likewise, Sarah's own specialised study of 17th century European scientists led her, as an atheist at the time, to a fresh appreciation of a theistic vision of nature. That insight was an important step in her own journey of faith. Less dramatically, I have been studying the Roman Empire for 3 decades. Although I am very pleased that I live here, not there, I have over the years come to see something noble at the heart of ancient Rome, which contemporary society has lost. The widespread conviction that duty and discipline are frequently more important and more beneficial than personal emotional fulfilment. I like to think that walking a while in Roman sandals has made me a little less judgy than I once was. Thus, reading history can foster a sympathetic outlook, develop our character, as Sarah puts it, not just towards the faceless figures of the past, but also towards neighbours and rivals right in front of us. History can inspire us to achieve great things, partly because the heroic figures of the past provide a model of bravery and holy ambition. For instance, I think of the brave martyrs, Perpetua and Felicitas, Fabiola of Rome, the founder of the West's first public hospital, the medieval educator, Alcuin of York, or the abolitionists, William Wilberforce and Frederick Douglass. Happily, Sarah introduces her international audience to some Australian greats, such as the tireless Indigenous activist and Yorta Yorta man, William Cooper. Such people show us what is possible when a single human being is possessed by a timeless truth. Our first response to these individuals may, and probably should, be humility, as I mentioned earlier. But examining world-changing events like the birth of public healthcare or the end of the Atlantic slave trade can help us believe that despite the enormous challenges facing us, dramatic change is still possible. Who needs superheroes when we have such a pantheon of historical greats? Being priests of history, as Sarah puts it, in part involves lifting up history's titans and emulating their greatness. After all, there is much still to be done in our broken world, including further work on the issues of healthcare and slavery. Additionally, studying history can enhance objectivity. This is a controversial claim.